Hi dear students, how are you all? Welcome back to the class of social science, and we are on the chapter 4 and studying about the weather and climate, and we have studied about the weather and climate and the factors influencing the climate change, right? And now we are moving on our last portion of this chapter, that is heat zone. Heat zones. Mainly we have 3 heat zones. Earth divided into 3 heat zones. Which are they? First one is torrid zone. Or the tropical zone. Second one is temperate zone, and last one is frigid zone. Torrid zone, temperate zone, and the frigid zone. Okay, let us check where is this torrid zone lies on. Okay, torrid zone is near to the equator. That means on the both side of equator. We already studied about the equator and another important parallels in the previous lesson, right? Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn here, right? Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. We already studied in the previous lesson, right? So here, torrid zone lies on near to the equator. That means the both side of the equator or in between the Tropic of Cancer and the equator. In between the Tropic of Cancer, equator in the northern hemisphere, or in between the Tropic of Capricorn and the equator in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so we can say exactly here is the torrid zone. So torrid zone lies on near to the equator, the both side of equator, or the in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Cancer and the equator, and Tropic of Capricorn and the equator. Okay, then so what is the climate of this torrid zone? Of course, very hot, right? We already said about the climate of this region, equator region, right, in the previous class, right? The sun rays are falling on this area directly, so that the place near to the equator has receiving more heat, right? So torrid zone should be very hot. So this is the case of torrid zone, and we will move the temperate zone. Before temperate zone, we will move the frigid zone. So here we have the frigid zone. As the name says, the frigid. That means the cold, right? Cold region, right? The frigid region lies in between the North Pole and the Arctic Circle. So here we have the frigid zone. Frigid zone lies in between the North Pole and the Arctic Circle is known as frigid zone, and both sides we have in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere we have the frigid zone. Here we have the south, in between the South Pole and the Antarctic Circle, we have here the frigid zone, right? So frigid zone lies in between the North Pole and the Arctic Circle, and in the southern hemisphere we have the South Pole, in between the South Pole and the Antarctic Circle. And the climate of this region, of course, very cold, because it is very far away from the equator and sun rays are slanting there on the pole side, right? So this is the case of frigid zone. And what about the temperate zone? Yes, of course, temperate zone lies in between the torrid zone and the frigid zone. So here is the temperate zone, and we have both hemisphere. We have the temperate zone here. The southern side we have here in between the torrid zone and the frigid zone. Here we have the temperate zone. Okay, of course, the climate of this temperate zone could be neither very hot or not very cold. Okay, moderate climate than the temperate zone. Okay, so just remember the exact place of these zones. First one is torrid zone. We have here torrid zone in between the Tropic of Cancer and equator, and Tropic of Capricorn, in between the Tropic of Capricorn and the equator. Okay, torrid zone. So here near the equator, on the both side of equator, we have the torrid zone. Okay, and the climate of torrid zone. And temperate zone in between the frigid zone and the torrid zone. In between the frigid zone and the torrid zone. Okay. Next one is frigid zone in between the North Pole and the Arctic Circle. The southern side, in the south, in between the South Pole and the Antarctic Circle. Okay. Just remember the heat zone. Okay. And we will discuss more about this heat zone in the Zoom class. Okay. Then here we are finishing, we are wind upping our chapter, and we will move on another chapter in the another session. Okay, till then, bye, take care.